Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Moji ji ki jai. Namaste, welcome. And if this is your first time in Satsang, know that the way to ask questions is through the chat window. So happy to have all of you with us. Welcome. Namaste. I feel to read that very funny Facebook message I saw today. Facebook status, which I posted on my wall also after that. So Annie said, okay, letting go of the next thought regarding previous thoughts believed in before the next one comes along in service to making too much of any of them. Yeah. Okay, letting go of the next thought regarding previous thoughts believed in before the next one comes along in service to making too much of any of them. There's something very nice in this, isn't it? And here I was feeling that it is the simplest pointing. Actually, it is. Oh, 328 is Shanti, okay. Just so much freedom available right now in the letting go of the next thought. Then all past is gone. Just by letting go of the next thought, all past is gone. Also, all worry about the future is gone. All me is gone. All you is gone. All knowledge is gone. All ignorance is gone. Just in the simplicity of letting go. What else do we need to know? What else is required to be seen? You see how much of the false is picked up just in belief in one thought. And it could be a common thought. The thought which is very common is, why did he do this to me? You see, you pick up a simple thought like that and say, why did he do this to me? You know how many lies are there in this one thought? First, it presumes that there is a me which is separate. Then there is another he which is separate. In actuality, it's nothing but the being itself, the one being. So it creates this you and me. It creates a me and he. You see, first it lies in this way. Then it says, why did he do this? As if he is a separate doer. As if it is not consciousness which is the one doer of all of this. You see? And then it says, do this to me. As if something can be done to you. As if something can be done to you. Show me this one to which something can be done. And why? Why did this one do this? Has a why. Which means as if the mind can pretend to understand why any of this actually happens. You see, in this one simple thought, there are 5, 6 lies. Every single piece of it is a lie. Why would you want to pick it up? And yet, because of habit and conditioning, we very quickly pick up this kind of thought. Why did he do this to me? Namaste. Rashmi says, Father, there has been some sadness here, and just realized that the sadness actually can't be found. Yeah, that the sadness can't be found. All this while, it was the mind saying there is sadness. Sometimes the mind can be so subtle. Like we say, let all emotions arise. All emotions are free to arise. Just let go of the interpretation about them. If it was just the emotion, there would not be this label also of sadness. There is no need to label an emotion also. By labeling, we are saying that it means something to me. And even if we find that, okay, we believe the label about it, then can we find the me whose emotion it is? Can we find this one? This one is always fictional. So the mind is always referring to us as this fictional entity. Simple. There anything which is not understood? Is there anything which feels too abstract or too difficult to get? Because the attempt from here seems to be to just keep things very, very simple and straightforward. Good. Shanti says, thank you so much for this simple pointing. The only thought left is, I am letting go of this thought, yes. But somehow it lets go of itself. This is also very beautiful what Shanti says. You see, let go of your next thought can be something like a pointing which has some utility. So it is a thorn which is kept for a while we remove the thorn of conditioning. And then we see that automatically, this is our natural state to let go. It is our natural state to just let go. And then you'll find that to pick up a thought seems so much hard work. Many of you are seeing this already, isn't it? You're seeing already that if you were to go down the path of believing thought, it's just immediate misery. It is truly that anytime misery machine. Rashmi says yes. Zoe says, Mike says, Zoe says, Mike says, if there's no sad, there's no happy, there's no anything. Yes. No. So sad and happy will continue. See? So what will happen is that pain or even grief or joy or bliss, all these in the world of duality, in this world of duality, these appearances will always continue. See, all this will not stop. But you will not identify as the sufferer, as the one who owns this experience. You see, experiencing will still continue. Nothing can stop the experiencing. So the experiencing will continue, but the suffering, which is a byproduct of this experiencing, which is secondary suffering, which is only through belief in thought, that will not continue. We do not suffer through our pain. We do not even suffer through our emotions. We only suffer through our belief in the entity that I am this separate sufferer. Belief in the entity that I am an individual person who should or should not have this pain. Without a judgment about the pain, there is no problem with pain. Without a judgment, even with grief. So sometimes strong events seem to happen in life, and strong grief can come. Tears can come. You see? But it will not stay. It will not be something which becomes a part of us. Because the one which was holding on to all these experiences as mine, that one is gone. So every moment is now lived fresh, completely fresh, with no mental residue of the past, no mental worry about the future. Everything is fresh. So if I go to a doctor and the doctor says you need an injection and he's putting the needle inside, there will be pain. There will also be that ouch. But we will not believe thoughts like, oh, maybe the doctor should have used some other needle, or why did I come to this doctor, or I should have taken better care of my health, it's all my fault, or it's all my wife's fault, or it's somebody's fault. All this nonsense will be kept aside. It will be seen to be exactly what it is, just another appearance. And in this way, moment to moment, fresh, full of wonder, life will continue. So the mind will paint this picture for us. It's very good you asked this question. Because the mind will paint this picture for us, which is to say that this means if I'm letting go of my thought, this means I'm in some vegetative state or some, what in India is called nirvikalpa samadhi or some state where all of this experiencing is missing. It is not true. In fact, completely in the moment. You see, there is so much joy in the experiencing. You see? So there's this Buddhist practice. I don't know if any of you have tried it, but they call it the mindfulness practice. And the practice is that even if you're eating a grape, you're completely with the grape. You see, fully in that moment with the grape. And when you taste it for the first time with this full mindfulness, it will seem like it is the first time you're tasting anything at all. Because usually what happens, half our attention is in our thoughts, we're thinking or planning something about the future, you know, all this is happening, and along with that, we're eating. So then even the experience of the moment is not present there. This is the state of complete freedom which allows all experiencing to happen. It is not a limbo state. The mind will try to scare you. Why? By painting these examples, saying, "Oh, this is you'll become just like a robot, or you'll become like you're in limbo state, or something like that." It's all rubbish, actually. Namaste. Jaini says, "Namaste, Father. Internet issues." It's good you're here. It's good. Atma said, "True." Ananya says, "Hello, Father. Let me see if I'm able to put it properly." Yes. Life shows us at every point at what we are still holding on to. Yes. Is it consciousness itself playing out like this, deluding itself as an ego and presumably holding on to an identity and then freeing itself again? Correct me if I'm wrong. Yes. Yes. It is consciousness itself. Another name for consciousness is life. See? Another name for consciousness is life itself. So it is consciousness which is playing out in this way. That is why many masters say to experience the transcending of this falseness. It creates this delusion and then creates also the voice of the true intuitive voice, which frees itself from this delusion. But all there is this consciousness itself. All that appears is this consciousness itself. And the eternal witnessing of this consciousness is what we truly are, the pure awareness itself. Yes. So we say consciousness is the one doer and one experiencer. Therefore, who else could be doing it if it is not consciousness? Ajnani says experience will go on without experiencer, without reporter. Yes. There will not be this entity found called experiencer. You see, as a separate entity. Or especially not this reporter or interpreter found. Namaste. Claire says, throwing all analysis of life and death in the fire of satsang. Very good. Yes. Too much of this question about life and death also means an interest in the future. See, and it takes us away from the present now, the ever present now. This is very good that you throw it into the fire. It's very good. And in this surrender, actually, all answers are available. Automatically, spontaneously, all insights will be found. Very good. Jyoti 204 says, Namaste Anantaji, Jyoti here, Dr. Kanchan's sister, yes. Arrived in US last night. Oh, so happy to see you in Satsang. Wonderful. We were just seeing some photos the other day, and I was telling Garima that this one has now gone to the US. And she's not very internet savvy, or so it seemed. So wonderful you're here. Very happy to see you. Atma said, wow. And Ananya says, thank you, Father. You're very welcome. Jyoti says, me too. Was waiting. Logged in last night at 10 p.m. And what time is it there now? And some of you are here who are new. You might realize that my voice actually reaches you about almost a minute after it something is read on the chat here because of the lag in the video. Oh, it's 4:30 a.m. So wonderful. Actually, Stacy also today said that she has to wake up at 4 a.m. for satsang. Maybe we see if we can do something about the satsang timings for the US. I'm very happy you are here. Jyoti says, no, it's perfect. Brahma Muhurtam, yes. It is the auspicious time. Brahma Muhurtam is the auspicious time from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. In the Indian tradition, it's supposedly a very auspicious time. Oh, sweet of you to say that. Louis says, Father, struggling this minute with anger. Everything is built around avoiding or controlling this anger. None of it works. There is some question about this anger, but cannot word it. So, can we look at it together now? You say struggling in this minute with anger. So, if you were to drop the struggle, there would be this strong anger. Just be with that anger. Let's be with it together and then tell me what is happening. Just drop the struggle. Let it come strongly. And then you can report what is actually then happening. Even your body could be shaking. You see, with this anger, it could be really strong. It could be like very uncomfortable. See, but don't try to control it. In our attempt to resist something, it persists. All that is required is to not believe a thought about it. And if the anger is about this pointing of not believing a thought about it, then I can give you a different pointing right now. You can let me know. See, but the struggle must come from trying to control or repress, or to say that this anger should not come to me. Let me see if Louise said something else, and then we'll catch up with the other questions as well. Louise says, "Sorry, Father, I don't know what you asked." And even I've forgotten now. No. Yes, the question was, can we let go of the thought? Can we let go of the thought around this anger that I should try and control it or it should not become too much? Because in trying to control this anger, it becomes only stronger. You see, or it gets repressed, which is bound to explode on some other occasion. So if something wants to get released, then it can get released. And I was saying that if the anger is for the pointing, let go of your thoughts, then we can give you another pointing for the moment. So we'll just give it a couple of minutes to see what's happening. Yes, so she says, cannot think or communicate. Sorry, father, maybe come back later. Yes, that's fine. Take your time. Let's look at the questions we missed. Ustreamer716 said, Namaste, I am sick of knowing things. Who is this one? Seems like it is consciousness in the shape of a person. Awareness isn't sick of anything. Everything brings identity back to gazing at this timelessness. Very beautiful. Yes. This one that is sick of knowing things does not exist. It is only fiction. It is pure imagination. So, right now, if you were to say, can you find the one who is saying this? You will see that it is not there. But what is here? What is here? There is this pure presence or beingness which is here, isn't there? This consciousness, what you said. So, consciousness can actually only pretend to take the shape of a person, but actually, it can never take the shape of this person. So, like the other time, last satsang, when we discussed, does the person actually ever arise? No. It is only a presumption, it is only a pretense. It is only that because there is this voice of thoughts which is speaking like a person's voice, we presume that there must be a person there. Actually, there is none. There is no thinker of thoughts. There is no feeler of emotion. There is only pure being itself who is the one doer of all of this. And as you said, awareness isn't sick of anything. See? So there is awareness even of this play of consciousness. All this play can happen where consciousness itself is pretending to say that I am sick of something or not. See, that is the game. But now, through your question, I can see that you are ridding yourself of this game. You are tired of playing this game. So stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing right now. What is here in this present moment? And we'll wait for you to answer. Yes. Ustreamer716 says, in this moment, I am here as nothing. But is it a negative nothing? I agree that it is a no thing. See, there is no phenomena which you are. You are not a thing. But is there a sense of nothing, as in negative nothing? Is there any lack in this nothing? Just because you are no thing, does that mean that you're missing something? Is there anything missing in this no thing? Very good. So Ustreamer 716 says no, not negative, not positive. Just here. Very good. Peace is here. Nothing slash everything. Very good. Okay. So from this nothing, you see that you are this nothing. Can you stop being now? Can you stop being now? And all of you can see. Can you stop being now? So Claire says no. So in this pure awareness on emptiness or nothing, as Ustreamer 716 was saying, in this, in the waking state, we always see the presence of being is here. And you don't have to work hard to find this being. See, many seekers spend many lives trying to find this presence of being. But it is the simplest thing. Just in the simple question, can you stop being now? See? It is seen that being is ever present in the waking state. And this being is consciousness. So, in pure awareness itself, made up of pure awareness itself, a different form of awareness is the beingness or consciousness. That's why we say that in the pure seeing arises this pure being. They are actually one. And then, in the light of this pure being, the entire world of phenomenal existence comes. But even as a phenomenal existence, the person does not come. You see, I know I repeat this very often, but it's very important. Even in the phenomenal existence, the person does not come. The body can appear, but the problems we refer to are not the problems of the body. The body is not sick of knowing something, and the body also does not want freedom, also. So we're referring to ourselves as this fictional entity which does not appear in phenomena also. That's why we say it is second level delusion. So we are lost in the story of this second level delusion. Not truly lost, but we pretend to be lost. And satsang is rehab from this second level delusion for God Himself. Okay. Shanti said, Dear Father, there is a seeing of this personality which appears sometimes and takes on a life. But it is seen, and I have no more control over it than I do the weather. It is not who I am, and it does not affect me. Yes. We can say like that. We can say like that, that it is seen that the ego is arising, it is seen that the person takes over, but actually they are not seen because they don't exist phenomenally. It is only when consciousness itself seems to give belief to some thoughts and starts pretending to be the person do we say that the person arises. But there's still only consciousness. This individual separate entity just does not arise. And it's very beautiful what you say that it is seen, that it's just this play of this personhood and it is allowed to let go of. Very good. Jaini said, Father, identification with body has been arising. Giving it all to you, beloved, it was yours anyway. Just thought it was mine. Yes, this is very beautiful. Very good. I'm happy with this kind of gift because it signals your freedom. Rashmi says, Father, throwing absolutely everything in the fire. Everything that is not true, Father, burn it all. Yes. Only the false can get burned. And only the false can suffer actually. So if you just look at all that is suffering as the burning of what is false, then you will see that all of this is super easy. And we accept our own suffering also as grace. Because it is pointing us to some idea, a false idea that we have picked up and believed, related to a separate identity which is not here. That's very good. Claire says, throwing all mental projections about any, sorry, jumped up, about any future into the fire of satsang. I have just seen that I have been attached to this energy. Very good. That's why we kept it really simple. We kept it really simple, isn't it? All this just happens automatically. All that is required seemingly is to let go of your next thought. You see? Just let go of your next thought. All happens in this. Claire says, I've been attached to this energy in a lot of ways. All futures and past to rest at your holy feet. Very good. Rashmi says, even the trying or not trying to involve with thoughts. Yes. Everything into the fire, Father, all is yours now. Yes. See, letting go is not even a doing actually. It is not effort. The effort is to actually pick up. Letting go is not effort. The effort is to pick up. So stop all effort, drop all doing. See what is here now. That's all. Claire says, I'm starting to get what you say about consciousness. Yes. Thank you for all your words. They are sinking in. Yes. Consciousness arises within. Much love. Yes. Nobody should make an effort to understand any words in satsang. Don't make any effort at all. The words will work on their own. This is just consciousness speaking with consciousness. No personal intervention is required. And if you feel you control your attention, you can keep your attention in satsang and the rest will happen on its own. Aradhana said, wholeness within this, some word got missed, lack. Wholeness within this lack. Ajnani says, in this moment only awareness. Yes. Claire said, this being is without end. Okay. Zoe said, in lucid dreams, I would try to cling on so hard to this sense of being as I was waking up, not realizing that while awake, I cannot not be this being. Yes. I was wondering why you were clinging on. Yes. Because we get this sense that I can experience the sense I am now. I better not lose it. See? I better not lose it now. The being is here. I better not lose the being. Without the being, what would you be? Can you stop being now? Yes, but this trick can be played like this. And it's good that you've seen through this now. You're trying so hard to be the being, but what else could we be? Can we become something else? Can we stop being? Jaini says, so seeing is being. Yes, ultimately, yes. In the deep sleep state, there is only seeing. There is no being, not even enough to say I am. The sense of being is also not present in deep sleep. But when we wake up, we are able to say that I experience deep sleep. So there's an experiencing or an awareness of even deep sleep, isn't it? So from this pure awareness itself, and it is seen that this awareness is all there is. And if awareness is all there is, then being must also come from this awareness itself. It is inseparable. Inseparable. So, jokingly, we can say that being is the child of seeing, but seeing is not the child of being. So, the absolute, if there is such a term we can use, is pure awareness itself. And even consciousness is born inside this. Claire, thank you. And Claire says, please, can I give you all my identification with my body as well? Thank you. Yes, yes. All your thoughts, just give them to me. Don't need to separate, segregate, say this is good, this is bad. All your thoughts are my problem now. All concepts, beliefs, just hand them over. I know just what to do with them. Louis says, okay, there is just this big story around anger. Identity as it, identity as it, then seeker form to get rid of it. Okay, yes. And now story of fear to just let it be there. Yes, yes. It's a very beautiful way of how this search seems to have started from the personal identity and wanting freedom from this personal identity, and how the person itself becomes the seeker identity in the search of this truth. And now you say, now a story of fear to just let it be there. No need to fear anything at all. You are in satsang now. You see? And I hardly say like this, but you are in satsang now. That means you are in Shiva's presence. You are in Arunachala's presence. No fear, no vasana, no tendency can survive this satsang. It is not a person Ananta who speaks this word. All of this will be nothing for you. All will get burnt in the fire of satsang. Very good. Let's see. Zoe says, Father, is there any nonsense of the mind? Okay, jumped up just when it was getting interesting. Hmm. Is there any nonsense of mine? Is there any nonsense of mine that you don't want? Because I got a glimpse today that if I could give everything to you, there would be nothing left here to suffer. This is what I've been asking for. Give me everything. Everything is mine actually. This is surrender. Surrender without the worry of even the outcome. Without the worry of even the outcome of how life should be after the surrender. Because you have already now surrendered the one who is interested in the content of life. Otherwise, it is only a half surrender, saying that, okay, now you become the doer, but there's still a person here who is an independent experiencer. It is already mine. None of what you're holding back is in service to you. Louis says, all stories, Father, the last one being the one that still had some juice, but some distance now. Very good. This will not last. Either our vasanas will last, or if you don't know the meaning of the word vasanas, either our tendencies will last or satsang will last. Both will not last. And if satsang is here, then I can tell you that none of this will last. All these stories will be gone. And that's why we say that if you can't stand the heat, then you must stay in the kitchen of satsang. Because in satsang, all this will be burnt away. Very good. Atma says, thank you, Father, for your constant presence. Thank you too. Soham says, it is very true that letting go is non doing. Yes. Doing is picking up thoughts. But we usually are not aware of this doing. Yes. Like we take that heavy bags example, isn't it? We're just so used to carrying the heavy bags that we don't realize it anymore. We're carrying the weight of this person and we don't realize it anymore. Once aware of this doing, it becomes clear. Yes, very good. Very good. Beautiful words. Beautiful. Shanti says, thank you is my heart's response to this auspicious and beautiful meeting with you. Yes. Mine is also the same. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very good. And this Sangha of being Father. Yes. Beautiful Sangha. Claire says, I'm going to rush through. I have to get somewhere. So let me just rush through with all of these. Claire said, laughing, thank you. Ajnani said, yesterday I noticed that there is no need to talk about ego, even to talk about ego because there is no any I as consciousness here. Yes, this is very good. Jenny said, just lost you probably when you answered my question. So funny. It plays out like this. And something probably knows that you know the answer already. It is good that the question got exposed. But if there's something that still remains, you can write to me or we can look at it next time as well. Jamie says nothing can survive because nothing ever was. Yes. Survive satsang, I mean, yes. Shanti said, your gaze is so powerful, nothing but the Almighty beyond is there. Claire says everything. Ustreamer 716 says giving everything at your feet. Amaya says giving you everything continuously. Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you. Jenny says tears and laughter, Father. Shanti said, love this presence that comes with such blessing and touches so beautifully the essence of who I am. What beautiful words. All of you are becoming roomies now. What grace, what joy. Jai Satsang, yes. Rashmi says, how can I thank you, dear Father? Love you so much. I love you too, my dear. Your presence is enough. Thank you, Shanti. Lipke says, oh my God, so much love. Everything I was holding back, I give to you too. So much love, my dear. Very good. Ashmi says, all of you beings are so precious. Love you all so much. Very good. Soham says, love you so much, dear Father. May we always be in your heart as your heart. Yes. Amen to that. Bhagwati ji says, laying everything that isn't true at your feet, beloved Anantaji. So much love, my dear. May it be burnt by the Holy Spirit. Let nothing else remain. Yes. It shall be so. It already is. Very good. Okay, this chat is jumping upon me now. Jenny says, you are my heart, beloved. Only this gratitude beyond words. Thank you so much. Kapil says, it's so easy. Be in satsang, give everything to Ananta. Yes. So easy. Thank you. Very welcome, my dear. Louis says, thank you, Father. No words for the love of this surrender. Very good. And Bhagwati ji says, beautiful Sangha of being. Yes. This is the Master's gift. This is Mujiji's gift. The beautiful Sangha of being. Thank you. Thank you, Amrita. Shanti, thank you. Ajnani, thank you. Claire, thank you. Bhagwati ji, thank you. And Jurim says, much love, Father. Let me be at your feet forever. So much love. Prema says, thank you, beloved Father. Very welcome, my dear. Jenny says, love you, Father and Sangha. I feel to read every message from you. Zoe says, tears flowing freely here. So much love. Thank you a million times over. You're so very welcome and thank you too. Nani says, Jay. Claire says, thank you, Muji. Yes, thank you, Muji ji. Nipke says, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And Amrita says, you are Muji ji's gift to us. Thank you. Om says, Jai Ananta, Jai. Thank you all so very much for being in this beautiful satsang. Muji ji ki Jai.